All right, y'all, this is section 11.1. We're dealing with rational expressions. This is a unit kind of late in the Carnegie, so some of you have seen this already, and some of you it'll be kind of new. Basically, we're dealing with fractions here. Rational means a fraction. A rational number is a number that can be written as a fraction, and an expression is something with x's and pluses and minuses and numbers and squares and whatnot. So rational expressions, that's what that means. A fraction, algebra-like thing. That's what that means. Okay, so that's the four steps. We're going to factor. N means numerator, D means denominator. So factor numerator and denominator. To find the excluded values, we'll set the denominator equal to 0. We're going to cancel the common factors then, and then write the answer with the excluded values. Just a little note there to not forget to write the excluded values at the end. Okay, so first thing first, we need to factor here the numerator and denominator. The numerator, nothing factors. There's no greatest common factors. It's not a trinomial we can factor, so that's just x minus 1. The denominator has a common factor of 5, so I can factor that 5 out. Okay, the next thing I want to do is deal with the excluded values, and I want you to factor it first, because once you factor it, the answers are easy. It's like solving those equations before. We have x minus 1, so the solution is positive 1. So if you go ahead and factor it first, finding the excluded values are easier. It's just like using the zero product property from before. So negative 1, your answer is going to be 1. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. Step 3, cancel the common factors. These two are in common, cancel them out. Step 4, write your answer with the excluded values. So my answer, everything in the numerator canceled out. It's important that you put a 1 there. Anything divided by itself is 1, so that's why that goes there. 1 over 5, and also include your excluded value. X cannot equal 1. So here's your answer. Now let me talk about this for a minute. I say x cannot equal 1, and I say that because I've changed this expression. If I look back here at the beginning, if you plug in 1 for x, what do you get? Well, at the numerator, 1 minus 1, that will be 0. In the denominator, if I plug in 1, 5 times 1 is 5, minus 5 is 0. So if I put 1 into this expression, I will get 0 over 0. But you can't divide by 0, not even 0. So basically I'm saying is this, we just have to make sure that the denominator, whatever it is, can never equal 0. So that's why I include this excluded value, because that will make you divide by 0. And dividing by 0 is a no-no in math class. We can't do it. Okay, if that all seems like a bit much, just follow my instructions. Don't worry about why for now. It's not really going to make sense why you need it anyway until we start graphing. Okay, so for now, just go with the flow. Follow the 4 steps. Factor the numerator and denominator. Note the excluded values. Cancel common factors. And finally, write your answer. Okay, I'm going to pause these a little bit. Go ahead and do step 1, factor the numerator and denominator. Okay, hopefully I paused this. The numerator doesn't factor at all. And then the denominator, 4 factors out. Okay, go ahead and note the excluded value. Okay, the excluded value is negative 2. Remember, just change the sign there. To cancel the common factors, you only have the 4 and 18. Go ahead and reduce those. So that's going to be 2 and 9. So my final answer is 9d squared over 2 times d plus 2. And d cannot equal negative 2. That's my final answer. Okay, I have it try it down here for you. Go ahead and try that out. Peace.